So this is actually take 2 of this video. In the first attempt, I wasn't really paying attention while I was telling my story, and towards the end of the story I realized the little red light had gone out, so my battery died. Luckily I went and bought extra AA batteries yesterday before I had to come and get on the plane, so I can tell you the story in full detail. It'll get better because I've already told it once. So I left my hotel earlier this morning. There's actually 3 different trains that I take to get here, 2 of which are part of the standard SkyTrain, because there's 2 lines, and there's an interchange in the middle. And then on the second train, there's an exit and then an entry onto the airport train, which then sort of does this other cross across the city. So total traveling time, that probably took me, I'm going to say about 40 minutes. But in between there, between jumping from one train to another tourist stops me and has a little conversation with me because he sees the maple leaf on my bag. He says, "Oh, sir, are you from Canada?" "Yes, I am." Turns out the gentleman's from Edmonton, which I thought was kind of a funny coincidence because, you know, outside of other Canadians, a lot of people don't even really know where Edmonton is. So, like, I thought that was kind of a funny coincidence. But so it's maybe a 30-second conversation before I had to jump off of that train. But, you know, it was nice. You know, ran into somebody, not that I know, but somebody close enough. So jump off of that train, jump onto the airport train, sit on there for about 30 minutes. Way less expensive than the car I took to get here in the first place, because when I first arrived here, I kind of got suckered into taking one of the limos, which they just said was a taxi, and I didn't really know the difference. So I paid quite a bit more to get from the airport to the city, and then quite a bit less to get from the city back to here. So mental note for all you travelers to Bangkok, take the train. So there's about 2 more hours before my plane leaves. Kind of holding out on buying snacks. I actually booked some curry like on this train here, or on the plane here. Although I did eat something at a restaurant earlier today, and it was Chiang Mai sausage with stir-fried rice with peanuts in it. Really good. Another example about the love-hate relationship that people think from the West have with Thai food is that Thai food sometimes punishes you for loving Thai food, because they have a lot of, like, this particular dish had both chilies and ginger in it, and usually for me it's a matter of time before I kind of do the wrong combination of taking a bite and breathing in until I take out a small piece of chili that goes directly in and then up my nose. So there was a lot of coughing and perspiring and in general unattractive behavior, but survived. So I will live to battle Thai food one more day at least, possibly more. So the plane is 2 hours long, and it will go to the airport at Koh Phuket. And then there is about a 30-kilometer distance between that airport and the place where I'm going to stay. So when I get there, then I have to, I guess the only option is a taxi, so I'll have to jump into one of those since the hotel I'm staying doesn't have an airport shuttle. And so that'll probably take a half an hour, so I'm guesstimating that, you know, it's a 2-hour wait to the plane, and then an hour and a half or 2 hours for the plane, and then another 30 minutes for this. So I'm hoping that if everything goes okay, I'll be in my new hotel room within 5 hours. My homework's all done, so I'm not really like worried about that. I actually got the reading for the next assignment, so I can kind of get some of that out of the way while I'm waiting here. The video is only going to entertain me for so long. And it'll probably be dark by the time I get to my hotel, so I won't necessarily get to go and hang out at the beach today, but I will go and hang out at the beach tomorrow, so I'll take some videos of that. It'll be pretty cool. Okay, arrived in Phuket and took the shuttle with reasonable speed down to the place where I'm going to stay. I'm staying in the town called Patong, and Patong is like the biggest, most touristy spot like on the whole island. And there's a few other places to go. They're kind of big, but like a lot of them are quite a bit smaller. Pretty close to the beach. I'm gonna go and do a little bit of exploring right now to make sure I can kind of find my way back here tomorrow. It's about 7 o'clock at night, so I'm probably not gonna get any actual like homework done tonight. It is officially a Saturday, so I am justified in doing something fun, I think. So I'm gonna run a few laps around this town and kind of get a rough idea where things are and make a few X's on the map, so I kind of know where to get back here. And adventure will find me where adventure will. Alright, so this will be the the Nutella and banana crepe. It's pretty much the first thing I've had to eat since here, and I decided to basically start off with desserty breakfast kind of stuff. They were looking pretty good. Alright, so in my effort to explore this town, I've decided that I was going to throw on some shorts, and I haven't worn them at all basically on this trip. And I was kind of feeling the mobility a little bit, so I decided I was going to run everywhere. And apparently I'm the only guy that runs in Thailand because people are looking at me like I'm a crazy person. The other issue that I'm having is, one, the map I have is not very good, and two, there doesn't seem to be any street signs anywhere indicating what the roads are actually called. So I've seen a lot of streets that look really similar. There's a lot of people selling shoes, watches, t-shirts, and fast food chains, but pretty much that's all I know so far. I found a little street map here that indicates that if I go 2 roads back, I can start to find things like the Thai boxing stadium, right? So I can finally get around to watching this Muay Thai. I haven't actually done that yet. More to come. So I'm out here first thing in the morning. They're just in the process of setting up all the beach chairs and all the umbrellas, which is pretty spectacular actually, because there's many beach chairs and beach umbrellas that they basically just take down every night. So like when I came here last night, there was just big giant piles of them kind of up by the roadway, and you'd see like the odd person sort of wandering down the beach, but it's completely pitch black by the water. Like none of the lights from storefronts even really make it down here. So for all my running last night, I didn't really explore nearly as far as everything can go. I can look over and I can see a lot of resorts I didn't get anywhere near. And I think these are ones that are kind of like, you know, up the road a bit, so like they're not really supposed to be walking distance anyways. Found one place for water at a reasonably good price, so I'm going to go back there to try and rehydrate for today. I was actually pretty spent by the end of last night, although all the running drained me pretty well. So that's the mission right now. Breakfast, water, all those kinds of things, and then I'll be back out here on one of these beach chairs reading my next assignment-y kind of stuff under the sun and trying to make the best out of it. Alright, so I wanted to do a little mirror cam here to illustrate what happened to me after just one day sitting out in the sun. So I don't know if you can see just how like red that is right there, and how much there's like a big red right there, and there's a big sort of like, this was only like a couple of minutes basically, it seemed like. Well, I went and bought like a wife beater from one of like the street vendor guys, and then I went out to like the beach chairs and sat under the umbrella and read stuff off of the iPad for like a couple of hours. So I was under an umbrella for almost all that time. So the amount of time I was walking around in like a wife beater was like not even, like it was like 30 minutes. And so like I'm probably gonna have like a peel from this. So the plan is, I was walking by one of the bazillion different like masseuses like that are in this city, and a couple of them seem to be offering things like an aloe vera thing. So like maybe I won't like peel all this off like tomorrow, hopefully. My plan was to go like swimming tomorrow, but this is like, unless this all turns brown very quickly, then probably not going to do that. So I might be going to do like this thing called Fantasy. And basically what it is just like a small like Thai theme park thing. I haven't really learned that much about it, but it's later in the evening and there's food involved, and apparently I'll see elephants and tigers, so like what could be wrong with that?